Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody who's brand new in the Tuber Chat family. They were here at the last live stream, and just when we finished, they dropped a super chat before we completed the stream, but after we had finished putting channels up to review or to promote. So Mighty Heidi Dream Warrior is somebody I'm looking forward to getting to know, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. We'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do, and we'll get through as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours or so. In the meantime, now I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is dig through some of the videos here. I usually look for something that is much longer than 3 minutes. So I'm going to take this video right here, I'm going to add it into my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list, I'll watch that video in full, I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for every channel. And that should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So thank you everybody for being here. Jevin Richardson, yes, I appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by to say hello, like Don Arnold. I always appreciate those things. First out of the gate today is Scratchin' PPA, so we never know when a channel is going to come up. He's always in the pole position on the wheel of doom here. He's been picked first, been picked last many times over the last 4 years. Shades of Grey, Home Bartending with John, and the Stock Explorer are all on the wheel. Butler Family Farm and Yarn Again are both there as well. And then I know the Life of Tiff is in the house. John 123 is stopping by quickly. Amplified Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherry on Top and more is Danforth Avenue Wellness. Good to have you here. And then Pat Master is also in the house. They've been with us a few times already. Michael's Adventures, our dear friend, is a beloved and dedicated moderator. I'm just going to add them onto the wheel right now. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Stacy's in the house, and it's good to see you here. Cruising is fun anytime. Always good to see Jeremy and Cheryl in the house. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures were stopping by for a quick second. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Fairbrick Studio, good to see you here. And up on the screen right now is Scratchin' PPA. We're going to talk about their channel in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I often find when we're on a computer, because I'm on a computer all the time. If I'm on YouTube, 99% of the time it's on a browser. I usually use Chrome. But the chat sometimes looks blank, like nothing's happening. After about a minute, it just shows up magically with no rhyme or reason. Otherwise, we can refresh. I'm not sure if anybody has that trouble with the app. Judy Wheeler, good to see you here. Just Jason Keto and more, good to see you in the house. He was celebrating a birthday on Thursday. I'll get him on the wheel right now. Travels and Gardening with DJ, good to have you here. KK's Travel and Educational Vlogs is also in the house. And Scratchin' PPA is up on the screen. So this creator is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. They are a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. I think anybody would agree that these streams and this channel wouldn't be able to be what they are if it wasn't for the help of our experienced and dedicated moderators. Scratchin' PPA has been with us pretty much from the beginning, and if you can imagine, he's been here for 700 streams. For hours at a time, as a matter of fact. He cares very much about the YouTube journey, and those of us in the Tuber Chat family and he brings us a consistent series of videos for over 3.5 years now called the Scratch Challenge, where he pits 2 lottery tickets against each other, gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. When we look at his channel, we see that he's got a premiere set up because he drops premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, and this is what I'm talking about. He's done that literally for the last 3.5 years. I'd have to think about how many. It's well over 150 episodes now. But Scratch and Pete PA is also sitting close to 2,200 subscribers. And this is a creator who has a wild chat that runs through his premieres every week. If you can catch us for one of those, you're going to see one of the fastest rolling chats you see in the Superchat family. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Hilda DC, Via Speaks Royally, and just a handful of select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. So I've got my notifications on now for his premieres. He usually gets these set up on Saturday. We didn't stream yesterday. We expect this week to be on Friday, Saturday, and Monday, including tomorrow and next Monday as well. So, Scratch and Pete PA, like I said, drops these premieres every single week with perfect consistency, but he also has presentation on the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by the content in the thumbnails that you see here. And he gives us a little bit of a hint about the giveaways that happen on his channel. Not to mention, his banner is updated every single week, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video, almost 4 years ago. Now, Scratch and PPA expanded the content on his channel last year when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging-style shorts videos that showed us around all the different areas he visited, along with some Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen. And then his first ever live stream came out of that trip to Italy as well. Of course, he's monetized lots of ways to support him, including Super Chat, Super Stickers, and Super Thanks when you get there. And all of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuberchat. Little Lego, good to see you in the house. Roadkill Gaming Jory is a longtime friend as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know Rushing When Mountain is here. I've got them on the wheel now. They happen to be a member, and we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Jeremy D-Day, I was just saying pleasant things about you. I had a conversation with Nora right before we started the stream, and I was saying there's a few creators who inspired this channel with their generosity. Jeremy D-Day's been a friend of 5 years. He's been with me doing this kind of thing for other creators since long before Tuberchat was even a thought. I've got him on the wheel because he happens to be a member. Home Bartending with John is up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So when we look at Home Bartending with John, we see a creator that brings us 2 one-of-a-kind channels here in the Tuberchat family. This one here is where he wants to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar set up quite as elaborate as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like that replenished, and some of the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails. He does his recipes in different variations as well, so you'll often find 3 different ways to make some of your favorite cocktails, because we know that whether it's geographically between different regions or inspired by television, music, and movies, there could be different ways to make different drinks, like shaken not stirred, of course, is a popular way of looking at that. Home Bartending with John will also take requests on his channel. He's done at least 2 for me already, for which I'm grateful, and he does a lot of product reviews. And like any other product review, this can be very helpful because he can give you a sense of whether you might enjoy something before going to spend money on it. I think we've all done things like that. that. It doesn't have to be alcoholic drinks. He also brings us non-alcoholic mocktails and low-calorie cocktails on top of that as well. But getting an insight as to whether you might enjoy something before you go and buy it is a great help. So shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,400 views, one of them over 8,200, which is great to see, and that one I think is still trickling in with some views. And then live streams are something he's done in the past. We'll see if he's going to pick those back up. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of catching each other as often as we can. I think I saw Leonica in the house. Good to see you here. And Gia Chia Tortilla is in the house. And then what we're going to do right now is spin the wheel, but I got one more channel to show you here. The Pipe Guy is a second channel that comes to us from Home Bartending with John, and we've got to get the handle right there, or the spelling is what I mean to say. I'll put the handle in the chat, though it's spelled perfectly here. And when we look at The Pipe Guy, we see that Home Bartending with John is bringing us a second channel featuring industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art, which is really, really cool. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like this. He's got a couple of shorts on the channel, one video so far, and he's almost halfway on the road to the first 100, which is a important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. So I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Right now, Butler Family Farm is up on the screen. This is a channel run by Jerry and Susan. They share the camera work over here, especially when it comes to videos and live streams. But they have 116 acres of farmland to share with us, including homesteading activities. And they post frequently, usually at least a couple times a week. They get involved in collaborations and meetups with lots of different creators. They're monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we dig through their videos, we get an idea of a lot of the outdoor things that they're bringing to us. But sometimes Jerry will bring us into the shop. Sometimes they'll bring us into their home. And sometimes they'll take us on the road to meet up with other creators as well. When we dig into their live streams, we see that they've got one set up for Monday. They're on every single Monday at 6:45 Eastern. And then lots of familiar faces here. I've joined them on their panel. Sometimes it's just Jerry and Susan giving us a chance to get to know them and giving us some updates. They celebrated an anniversary a couple weeks ago. And then sometimes they're introducing us to other creators through StreamYard panels, or by heading out hundreds of miles away to some of these elaborate meetups with up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters, like the Mid-America meetup or the 10 Killer meetups as well. Butler Family Farm is going to bring us shorts, and these have moved now into 12,000 views on a couple of them, one over 50,000, which is great to see. And then when we look at Butler Family Farm, like I said, they're monetized. When we read the About page, we get an idea of some of the livestock they bring to us, including bees for the last couple of years, but they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, as well as some cats and dogs. They're here with us every single day, and for that I'm grateful. I know not everybody can be. I do appreciate every moment everyone can spend, but hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I see Dutchfly61 is in the house. Dark Swordsman Gaming, not sure if I said hello yet. And then Michael's Adventures is coming up, another beloved and dedicated moderator. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. For Michael's Adventures, it's a really popular name for a channel, but we've been connected to our Michael's Adventures for about 4 years now. I'm just going to grab his link and drop it in the chat. We just want to make sure everybody gets to the right channel. If you've been here before, you've probably seen Michael's adventures, although he's with us usually on the weekends. He can't always be with us during the week, depending on his work schedule, but he always sends regards and lets us know he's thinking about us on the days he can't be here. But he's here every day that he can be. Michael's Adventures, like I said, a beloved and dedicated moderator, is one of the channels in the Superchat family that has an abundant amount of videos, so much so it might be the highest number of actual videos in the Superchat family. I'm unsure about that. We'll have to watch. But 3,600 productions altogether. That includes shorts and videos. Most of his videos these days are averaging a half an hour each. Sometimes he's got some that are a couple of hours long. And what he features more than anything else is wildlife on his channel, including raccoons, foxes, deer. There's some bird watching. When we're lucky enough, he will take us around for a look around his area. So this one, actually, that's a squirrel that's coming up. He always sets his premieres in advance, by the way. I'm setting notifications on all of these. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. This gives us the best chance of catching each other as often as we can and making sure we it's just in spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. When we look at one of these videos, so this one here is just a ride-along live stream. He's done plenty of those, but once in a while he'll take us out for a walk around his area or a story to be told or to an interesting place. And then when we look through his shorts videos, we see a little bit more variety, some more lottery ticket scratching, which is obviously a huge genre and category on YouTube. He brings those in variety with a little bit of outdoor content, and then he might be playing a slot game on a tablet as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. He is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you, and he will absolutely be willing to help with playlists. So for anybody that wants to do that, just please say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Blessed to Crochet is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. I'm not sure if I said hello to Pretty Witty and Risky, but it's good to have you here. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So what we're going to do right now is go on a break for 3.5 minutes. We're a couple minutes early, but we'll do it right away. And before we do, I'm going to play for you a clip from the most recently published interview that we have now in a video series here on the Superchat channel. It's been a long time coming. But these are conversations that happen with some of our friends we've been connected to literally for years. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, you know, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of like views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, you know, like skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and you know, when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back. But how we felt from how we were watching on our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check the analytics out regularly. It does help. And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel, because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well. Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like, we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like, say like a trending meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not. But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
I forgot to
Great,
spend.
nice.
Pardon me, I forgot to spin the wheel right before we went on that break, and luckily Dark Swordsman Gaming came in and saved the day with that super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. And I'll let that poll run for a quick second because I want to see what everybody wants to say before I give my own opinion. I've talked about it a few times before, but I'll talk about views, what I consider popular, and I'll let you know exactly what experience I've had over the last many years, excuse me, with my own channel. I am Betty J. Gathers. Good to see you in the house. Geek Culture 101 also picked up that membership, so thank you for that. And Yarn again, yes, time does fly, that's for sure, but I certainly appreciate you keeping that membership up and all that extra generous support. And I am Betty J. Gathers is now on the wheel, and what we're looking at is Dark Swordsman Gaming. So this is a creator who's with us very frequently, almost every stream, definitely a couple times a week. 176 subscribers now. We'd love to push them towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. They bring us different video gameplay. So Tomb Raider's the latest title that they're working on right now. I'm just going to grab their latest video and put that in my catch-up list. You can see what they're doing with the frames on their thumbnails here to separate the different types of games like Sea of Stars here. And then they've got other popular titles on the channel like Stardew Valley, Spirit of the North. I'm not sure if I've seen other than on their channel, and lots of Tomb Raider over here. But it's interesting because they post videos frequently, almost daily, and they've got live streams as well, and they seem to be on here frequently as well. This is where they really mix up the gameplay during the live streams. Elden Ring is there, Uncharted. I think they've got Kingdom Hearts here, and Stardew Valley, of course, I was introduced to by their channel. So again, they dropped a super chat, and while unnecessary, it's always very much appreciated. They've done that countless times before. Obviously, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Hopefully, everybody will connect with them. I must have been in this live stream, but not had it run to the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that into my catch-up list as well. I'll just put that at the end of the list and let it run. So we get that red line all the way across, and you get your almost 2 hours of watch time for that one. That'll be good. And then Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is another dear friend of almost 4 years. And Just Jason Keto and More has had their membership going on for getting close to 2 years now. So thank you for that. He's a dear friend, a fellow Canadian, somebody I've actually met up with a couple of times. By the way, Shane from Paralife TV is in town. I just sent him a message last night to say, hey, I know you were coming to town in August around Toronto or Niagara, where I happen to live and split my time. And just this morning, he messaged me and said, hey, I'm here. And I'm like, oh, goodness, okay. So he's going to be here for a few days or around. So we're hoping to do some kind of a meetup. I don't know if Just Jason Keto and More has an opportunity. I know he celebrated a birthday the other day. I don't know when he's back at work and all that. But this is just an idea. I Am Betty J. Gathers is coming up right now. We'll see what she's got going on. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So we'll talk about I Am Betty J. Gathers in a quick moment here. The channel I was talking about, by the way, is Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja. The creator behind the channel is Shane. He's been with us for beyond 3 years as well. So it'll be cool if I can get a chance to meet up with him. And then I closed out that poll. We made this one a quick one. So yes, it's interesting. I'm almost happy to see the results. So it says 59% of us think that 1,000 views is popular. 10,000 for 31%, and then 9% of people, almost 10%, think that 100,000 views is considered popular. So that's just opinion. There's no right or wrong in that at all. I was just curious what everybody thinks, because myself personally, I mention videos as being popular when they have over 1,000 views. So for anybody that's beginning their YouTube journey, and I'm talking about anybody that's got less than, I don't know, 50,000 subscribers or something like that, 1,000 views is always an accomplishment, right? We don't always get 1,000 on every video. Even somebody like myself, I've been on for 7 years, and I can never predict which videos are going to do well, which videos are not. In the later years, my videos have done better, but I experiment with a lot of different things. But I still have videos that only get a couple of thousand views, and my personal channel is getting close to 10,000 subscribers now. So not that there's any rhyme or reason to what we're talking about. I was just curious about what people think. If you notice our community posts, and pardon me, I am Betty J Gathers, we're going to come back to your channel. I always do my community posts in advance. So I'll show you on our community tab here. We've got a bunch of posts that went out today, but you will see that I will say, here's a new video from our supporter KK, and KK Travel and Educational Vlogs is here. Here's a recent video from Big Family Expedition, and if we dig through the community posts far enough, eventually we'll find one that's well over 1,000 views, and then I'll say, look at here's one here from Rushing Wind Mountain. Check out this popular video from our member. So I always say it's popular if it's got over 1,000. That's just my opinion, but again, no right or wrong there. And then I got a bunch of community posts scheduled to go out. We haven't been publishing our live streams in advance for a while, but what I do for members that are silver and gold level is I put out a notification on the community tab just after we start, about an hour after we start. And then I've got a few here. There's Ace Flaw 1, 6 Poses Back, Elevate with Vern, and they're Scratch and PPA already set up for Tuesday, and then I've got some ready for later in the month. Those can be set up in advance, obviously, but that's just an idea. And just to let you know how I happen to think about that. And then it's not that little Lego. Live streams take a long time to get going. Actually, this is what Nora and I were talking about before the stream today. I'm very lucky that as the host of Superchat, I have lots of conversations with people like I am Betty J Gathers, Nora the Stock Explorer, all of our moderators and things like that. Literally like phone calls or FaceTime videos and things like that, where we talk about things even behind the scenes. And one of the things that we've talked about was live streams. Nora and I were talking about it because they're just doing spectacularly now. Nora has built up a channel with such a strong, solid foundation, same as I am Betty J Gathers actually. These creators can just go live and they will have plenty of people in the chat. They're not wondering, is anybody going to come in and things like that, because I promise you, I know what that's like as well. When we start, it takes a while to build an audience, right? So almost everybody here, anybody that live streams, is probably going to know what it's like to have a live stream with not as many people as they wish were there. And then after a long period of time, you will probably get into a position where you're like, wow, I can't believe I just had a live stream that's got so many people. I don't even know how many people are there. And it's a great thing to be able to watch that progression as well. Gia Chia Tortilla, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel up on the screen next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters up onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly, and in another 15 minutes or so, I'll add a name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So I am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now, and this is another creator with a vibrant audience. Now she's been at this for about 4 years as well, or she's been with us for about that long. I am Betty J Gathers is a very dynamic creator. You can see that just by the thumbnails on the videos here. Her confidence level is just out of control, but it always was. What she talks about on her channel is really living a best life over 60, but I believe that all of what she talks about can be related to everyone, or most of it anyway. And I've been lucky enough to watch a lot of videos from her, catch her in a lot of live streams. Lately she's doing a lot of vlogging, but she also wants to inspire or motivate us when it comes to a healthier living or healthier lifestyle, including things like intermittent fasting. She'll bring us a lot of grocery hauls in her vlogs. I've seen her cleaning the house, I've seen her cooking, I've seen her setting up fresh flowers. Pardon me, I've seen her taking us out on adventures many times as well. So I am Betty J. Gathers might be doing just about anything while she's taking us about her day during her vlogs. Shorts over here, she's done really well. Lots of these at 10,000 views here, or close to it. A few at 9,000, a couple at 10,000. But you can see what I mean about a dynamic creator here. And she let me know the last time that we talked that she can pretty much predict now when a shorts video is going to do really well. But as you see, she features herself in her shorts videos, whereas I haven't done a lot of that myself either. One of the things I wanted to mention about the shorts, by the way, and just my personal experience, is even after being on YouTube for 7 years, and even after amassing almost 10,000 subscribers on my personal channel, plus what we do here in Superchat, I still don't have any shorts that have gotten, I think the highest one is 3,000 views or something like that. Which is still an accomplishment. I'm happy to have it, but I don't have any that are into the tens of thousands, or certainly not hundreds of thousands either. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. I am Betty J. Gathers, goes live frequently. I've just set up a bunch of notifications. She's got one coming up on Wednesday. She does these every single week, and she's got a vibrant audience. And then once in a while, she might do a pop-up, and she collaborates with other creators frequently as well. Always positive, always inspiring, always motivating, and monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's working on 2,300 subscribers. Backyard Trucker, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, so little Lego. The only thing we can ever do is experiment with different ideas, try different things, and then when they don't work, change our mind. The good thing about YouTube is we can change our mind 100 times if we want to, and believe me, I have. I promise you that. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this right. If I say Jamoose Creations, just please let me know if there's a better way for me to pronounce that so I can promote your channel the way you want it promoted. But it's good to have you here. I'm not sure if they're here for the first time or not. Chia Tortilla is coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So, yeah, Shades of Grey makes a good point. It's a lot of trial and error, absolutely. And I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody. I do it in all the different things that I do. I find mistakes usually come from rushing. But what I hope for you to take away from that is just the idea that, like, even with experience, even after doing 700 of these streams and things like that, I promise you, it's still, we're all going through a lot of the same stuff, right? You're never alone in your YouTube journey. Not just because of the community that we have here, but there are a lot of other people going through very similar things to you. Obviously, every channel and every creator are different, but I'm sure you know what I mean when I talk about that. A little bit of trial and error can be great, but everything takes time to build. I find that consistency is truly key. So I often say that posting one quality piece of content per week is enough to make your channel grow organically. I see it on every single channel that I touch. We're not necessarily trying to make a video that everybody's going to like. That's really difficult to do. What we do is build a catalog of videos, let's say 100 or even more for most creators. And then when it's time, with consistency and a little bit of luck or whatever you want to call it, YouTube is going to take a couple of your videos and make them fly, and they're going to carry the whole channel. I promise you, for every channel on YouTube, I would bet that the idea is the same. As long as the results are not being manipulated, if it's purely left to the algorithm, the recommendation engine, and true organic growth, 10% of the videos on a channel probably carry the whole channel. Right? And it's always a surprise, the ones that really fly. Chrissy's Cosplay Wardrobe, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, yeah, a little Lego. Having guests is a great idea. Collaboration really helps. So here, specifically what the Stock Explorer and I were talking about today, I'm just mentioning it because we talked right before I started the stream today. And we talked for, I don't know, 20 minutes, something like that, about live streams. But one of the things that I mentioned is the idea, like, they're live so consistently, and they collaborate with so many other people that when you go into the Stock Explorer's live streams, you're going to find a chat that's as fast as Scratch and Pete PA's during his premieres, or some other creators here like Hilda DC or Garden State Gardener and things like that. It can be very fast-paced and very high energy. But that's through consistency, and that's through doing it 100 times. So when you're starting your YouTube journey, it might sound like a large number to say 100 live streams, and even more than that. But I promise you, if I ask everybody in the chat right now, I don't want you to, but if I was to say, name me your first 5 videos you ever made in order, almost everybody, if not everybody, probably wouldn't be able to do it. It doesn't matter that much. We're building a huge catalog on our channels, and then eventually the momentum and consistency hopefully will build up. Live streams take a long time. I know what it's like to do a live stream and have almost nobody show up. I know what it's like to do a premiere and have nobody show up at all. And those things are behind you once you get a bit of consistency and a bit of experience. Cruise Nuts, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And that's true too. Gia Chia Tortilla, you can never please anyone, that's for sure. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. See, so Just Jason Keto and More has an interesting comment. He said that's exactly what happened for him. Out of nowhere, 2 of his videos took off and have been getting views for months now. And for a lot of creators, this is going to happen. We put videos out and we hope that they get views in the first few days. But if you go into your analytics, and I hope you do, especially on a computer, there's more information there. But if you can get to a computer, get to a browser, and look at your analytics, you're going to find that some of your videos that you posted months ago and maybe even years ago pick up traction again and again. My best performing video right this second on my personal channel surprised me when I looked at the views yesterday. It's getting 2,000 views a month. It's a tablet video that never went anywhere the first month after I posted it. It's only because of the strength of the channel, the momentum, and the history of doing similar types of videos that the algorithm or the recommendation engine decided afterwards to start pushing that video farther. Yarn again, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Pardon me, sorry, you've been here for a while. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I'm going to put Yarn again up on the screen next, because we always put super chatters up with membership gifters. As soon as that happens, then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Thank you to Jay Jordan. They always share. The Jay Jordan is on every single day. Their channel is just growing rapidly, one of the fastest growing channels in the Tuber Chat family, but the Jay Jordan's incredibly supportive as well. I literally don't know how he can do all the things he does. The Simple Alaskans, good to see you in the house. I'm going to get you onto the wheel. They happen to be a member along with the Jay Jordan. And then, yeah, KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. Doing vertical live streams occasionally brings in extra viewers. It might be every day, but it's not that everybody gets a huge influx every single time. Backyard Trucker recently had some great success with that. A bit of it, I believe, is consistency and history and content on the channel. Like, he's going live all the time and posting videos frequently. But when luck decided to come around, it took one of his live streams and just like blew it out of the water. He had 125 people in the chat or something like that. And then the next one the next day did well as well. And we've seen a little bit of that. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And James Money 615, good to see you here. That's another long-time supporter. They've been with us probably a couple of, at least 3 years or so, I think. Gia Chia Tortilla, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For the same reason, we'll put Yarn Again up next. When we look at this channel, this is somebody who's fairly new in the Tuber Chat family. She's just been with us a couple of months so far. 78 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. It's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. I'm just going to grab their latest video and put this into my catch-up list. And then just a random girl trying to make at least one person smile every week. That's a great introduction to an about section there. And then shorts on this channel as well have started to move. Yeah, so 470, 480 views. They'll be crossing 500 soon. And as we post more and more, we start to see these things fly. Again, trial and error and just posting, let's say, an abundant amount of videos over a long period of time. Different creators have different opinions. We've heard a lot of information from our friends here in Tuber Chat where we have, like, for instance, Rambling with the Brooms, who is a longtime friend and moderator, will say that his best success comes when he does 2 live streams, posts 2 videos, and posts 2 shorts every week. Somebody like myself, I promise you that on every channel that I run or touch, what happens is every time we take a week off from putting videos up, if we're not consistent, it takes a month for the momentum to come back. It comes back, but it takes that long. The channels always start to pick up. Everything on the channel picks up when you're dropping a video every week. At least for me, but I'm sure that is commonplace. And then so Gia Chia Tortilla saying, yeah, about all of their gaming videos, they're thinking about what to add into their about section. What I would recommend is just go look at 5 or 10 channels, see what they've done for about sections, see what you like, and then just take some inspiration from that. It really helps everything on the channel, it helps your YouTube journey and it helps your channel when we're filling in all of the different things that YouTube gives us as opportunity. And what I mean by that is we have the ability to put an about section here with some information about our channel. Some people will look at that. Not everyone, but some. Same with the descriptions on our videos. We should be filling those out as best we can. You can use some of the new AI tools to help with a little bit of the things like tags and hashtags and inspiration for what you're adding. You'll notice on most of the stuff that I do the same thing. All the Tuber Chat stuff is, of course, filled out, but everything that we can fill out, we should. And then channel tags as well is something we don't talk about enough, but YouTube gives us the opportunity in your channel settings to add tags for the whole channel separate from your videos. I believe that that can be helpful as well. Wayne's World Unlimited, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. We're going to put Yarn Again up on the screen. So thank you again, Gia Chia Tortilla, and Yarn Again for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Okay, pardon me for, actually, let me think about how I can do something here. Let's look at Yarn Again for a quick second. I would like to show everybody what I do with ChatGPT. I don't know if that's going to be appropriate for today, but we'll see. Maybe I'll find an opportunity during the stream to do that, to write out descriptions. Yarn Again is up on the screen right now. This creator actually does a couple of interesting things, but when we look at their live streams, this is where we get their East Coast Reseller series. And these are like live auctions. So what happens is they will have other people on the stream with them, I believe, right? And they'll put up, yeah, lots of StreamYard panels here. They'll put up items for people to buy, and you can bid while the live stream is running in the chat. It can be very fast-paced and high energy as well. And then they they do these on Monday mornings as well, something similar. When we get into shorts videos, we see that these have gotten into 1,600 and 2,500 views. And then when we look at videos, we're going to see that they post fairly frequently. So up to about a month ago, we'll see if they've got a new video coming up soon. But a lot of outdoor content here, and it's almost pure variety. When we look at their About section, they've got a bit of information there, just letting us know what to expect on the channel. Lots of fiber arts and fiber crafts there. And Yarn, again, has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. And working on 900 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'm just going to whip another window over here for a second before we go on our next break. I'm going to try to show you what we can do with ChatGPT. Now, I'm not recommending that anybody use this for copying and pasting, even if you've seen other people do it, like myself. Throwing myself under the bus there. But as an example, right, let's say we were talking about Dark Swordsman Gaming earlier and the video game Stardew Valley. So if I said write a description, actually what I usually do exactly is I say write a lengthy, keyword-rich description of the beginning of Stardew Valley, which is a video game again. So what will happen is look at what ChatGPT is going to ask us. Are you looking for a detailed descriptions of the game's introduction or a specific aspect of the beginning? Okay, so let's just say the game's the game's introduction. It's interesting because ChatGPT talks back to you as if it's a person. But here's an example. So this is not a great example, I guess, but if we wanted to put something like this together, we could use this as inspiration, and then this will give you ideas for what to do for a description. So what if I do write a lengthy, keyword-rich description of the Amazon Fire tablet. So here's a bunch of stuff that we can use for inspiration as well. If somebody was doing a product review of an Amazon Fire tablet, right, which is obviously a popular series of Android tablets. But ChatGPT can instantly fire this stuff off for you in seconds. So if you had ideas, you could literally just sit there, put a couple things into ChatGPT or another AI system and get feedback right away. On top of the idea that, like I said, if you're unsure what to write in your About section on your channel, just look at 5 or 10 channels, see what they do, and then take the good ideas for yourself. And then Jamoose Creations, let me get your channel onto the wheel. They just grabbed a membership, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. And it means you're going to have your channel on the wheel every time we see you in the chat here, every time we stream, for as long as you're a member, of course. And then forgive me if I missed your answer, because I know I asked you if there's a better way to pronounce your channel name, and I missed it if you mentioned it. And then what kind of wood do I like, Butler Family Farm? I don't know. Dealer's choice on that kind of thing. I think I understand what you're getting at, but yeah, I appreciate probably anything. Most of what I have in this office is dark. As you can see, this is not wood. It's laminate and, MDF and all that other stuff. But if I was to have other things, then that's an idea. If I was going to put something in the office, then you'd be able to understand. But thank you for the idea. And then Pat Master is asking for a camera for their uploads. So the biggest advice I can give is just to use the phone that you already have. We all have phones. The cameras on those are better than any professional cameras that were out 10 years ago, let's just say. I have videos on YouTube. One video is about to approach 1 million views, and it probably was filmed with an iPhone 4S, either that or an iPhone 11. But either way, they're both older phones now, right? So the phone is the number one. And if you watch the interview that I talked about earlier with Danielle and James from Unstable TV, which is the last one we put on the channel, they talk about the idea of using their phone and how their channel started to blow up when they started using the phone instead of their professional equipment. So that's just an idea. Otherwise, GoPros are always popular. People tend to take care of electronic items. Not everybody, but I'm sure you know what I mean. So I have bought a lot of stuff off places like Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji because it's not like, let's say you buy a toy, right? You've got young children, they have a toy like a dollhouse, let's just say, or some Lego, right? But it's been played with 100 times, right? And then they want to sell it, somebody buys it. There's nothing wrong with that, but you really got to spend a lot of time cleaning it and thinking about it. Things could be broken or scratched or worse and this and that. I'm not saying I'm right, I'm just giving you an example. But things like musical instruments, electronic equipment like cameras and things like that, GoPros and things are what I'm getting at. For the most part, people would take care of those things. Myself personally, I put everything I have in cases, and usually those cases are in other cases as well. The cases could be from the dollar store, but for instance, I have like a GoPro 12 now. Just Jason Keto and more did an unboxing, and then the fear of missing out got to me and I ended up caving and getting one, which I haven't used yet either. But that's an idea. And then asking around like you are right now and seeing if other people have opinions. I have the camera I use for my live streaming here is a Razer Kaio, but I don't use that for filming videos. The GoPro I have, but mostly phones. Phones I always use for filming videos. So that's an idea. Not to mention, you can always buy used phones on places like Kijiji and Facebook Marketplace as well. Or my bet is that for most people, if you're lucky to have, you know, any kind of a tight family and things like that, somebody's got a phone, because a lot of people upgrade every 2-3 years. Yeah, so KK's travel and education vlogs. I used to use green screens, but this stuff here absolutely is like this book that I take off the shelf here, for instance, right? This is all real, but it's half of the reason why I even rented an office is so that I could have a secluded place to do what we're doing, and then everything in the background to be more along the lines of what I thought it should look like. So, yes, pardon me for the story time. Hopefully I haven't missed anything or anybody in the chat. Mouse. Jamouse Creations. Is that right? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Jamouse Creations. And then Tales Told in the Dark is a longtime friend. That's Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. I meant to message you and I don't think I did. I'm just writing a note for myself here, just to ask about the Oracles and Beyond channel, because Tales Told in the Dark has been her focus for a long time, but she's been a friend for about 4 years now. So Yarn again, thank you again for the Super Chat, Gia Chia Tortilla, thank you for the same thing. I think I have to spin the wheel now, if I'm not mistaken. Jamouse Creations, there we are. So that channel's brand new, but they're also a member, so we're going to be looking at them soon enough, I'm sure. And then Blessed to Crochet is going to be up next. What we're going to do right now is go on a break, and right before we do, I'm going to play for you another clip right now from our interview series that's come out as videos on the channel. So these are conversations where I've asked some of our friends who've known us for several years now for their insight as to how we can accomplish some of the things we want to in the beginnings of our YouTube journey. All of these creators have been with us for about 3 years. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
Um, I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me. I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing, like the slot pool, I'll say, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. Okay, so everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, have you ever eaten this? What you put, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. No. Does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. Okay. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because you have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back looking at Blessed to Crochet. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know Wayne's World Unlimited was talking about channels sometimes being difficult to find. So when people choose their name for their channel, you know, I hope everybody's happy with the name of their channel. It's really nobody else's business what you want to use for your logo, for your banner, or anything like that. The same way we think about a child, right? You don't ask everybody what you think your child's name should be. You just name your child, and then their child's name comes to have meaning as the child grows, if that makes sense. Same with your channel. As your channel grows, the name that you choose will have meaning later. But when we choose a name that's very popular and easy to remember, it can be difficult to find for a while. If you're going to be consistent, if you're going to take your channel not seriously, but somewhat seriously, where you intend to make videos every week for years into the future and things like that, there will be a day you will probably become #1 in the search, results for your name. But it can take a while. The names that are the channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. So usually what we can do is just go through the search results, and there could be a lot of different channels with a similar name or the same name. We match the avatar to find them. This is why, part of the reason why here in Superchat you see me search, find, and click on every single person's name. Somebody like Blessed to Crochet, it's got to be 100 times now, or pretty close to it, right? And, you know, for some of our creators, especially our moderators, I've literally like searched, found, and clicked on their names hundreds of times. That's just me, not to mention the other creators. And then, yeah, see, when you have a name like Wayne's World Unlimited, it's such a long name that it's easy to decipher from a lot of others. But when we have names that are much shorter, it can be difficult to find. But I don't want anybody to feel pressured to change the name of your channel as well. Because here in the Superchat family, we've seen channels of all different types. And, you know, I find that most creators become #1 in the search results when they have about 800 subscribers. Everybody here who wants to have 800 subscribers certainly can. And when we start to get into 10,000 subscribers, I believe everybody here can have 10,000 if they want to. 100,000 only becomes questionable because it can take years, and we don't know what YouTube or the world is going to look like in 3 years from now. Things might be a little bit different. But these are just ideas. So, yeah, hopefully we don't pressure each other to, you know, do things that are detrimental to our channel. As soon as somebody changes the name of their channel, then they become impossible to find for a couple of weeks as well. So you have to keep that in mind also. Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen right now. This is another longtime friend. They've been with us for, I'm not sure if it's a year yet, but it's got to be 6 months at least. It's 846 subscribers. They're getting close to 900. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. They're almost halfway there. I'm going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. I'm behind a little bit here, but I see that they've been posting videos every couple of days by the look of it. Blessed to Crochet is out supporting other creators all the time. When I'm bouncing back and forth in between premieres and live streams, I run into them constantly. As well, you can see the always smiling, always laughing. You can see the shorts over here have done really well. A couple of them into 10,000 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, they've been doing quite a few of these. I thought they were on somebody else's channel yesterday. I thought I saw you on somebody else's. Maybe I was mistaken. And they just did a live stream yesterday as well. So we've always got our notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and hopefully catching each other as often as we can as well. And Blessed to Crochet is obviously going live pretty frequently. We see that in their live stream page there. So hopefully everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then it's time for me to spin the wheel again. So we'll do that right now. It's interesting, Jamouse Creations is here for the first time. They grabbed a membership and they actually took over our Stream Boss position. That's the video game life meter under our camera there. And every Super Chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure there. So again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right now. Thank you for helping me out with that. 304 subscribers over here. And this creator says, to make a positive difference as they walk about this life is the intention of the channel. So I'm expecting variety over here. I'm just going to grab your latest video and put that into my watch later list. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So spin the wheel. We'll get Shades of Grey up here. That's another incredibly supportive channel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So I know it can be a long wait here in Superchat to get channels onto the screen or onto the wheel. And I never, ever, ever put up channels when they ask, because we want to do it the fairest way possible. Here in Superchat, the way that we run the wheel is by seeing who's most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, and every once in a while I add a name and add it onto the wheel. I forgot to do it 10 minutes ago. I think I said I was going to do it and I didn't do it, but I'm going to show you something before we look at Shades of Grey. This is Streamlabs, and one of the features in Streamlabs is this loyalty system they have. And what this does is it keeps track of not just how long everybody's been here, but how active they are as well. It's just some kind of arbitrary calculation that they do. But I've been using this for a long time. I keep statistics for every single live stream. But sure enough, little Lego's at the top. I know you've been having conversations today, so yes, I am going to add your name right now because it is your turn to be added. And then after a little while, I'll add another name to the wheel from our chat list again. So that's the key here, is always staying engaged in conversation with other creators, because this is how friendships build up. And what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself not only favoring your friends on YouTube, but you're going to find yourself becoming favored by your friends as well. And this is where your channel, your views, your watch hours, and everything else are really going to start to grow. And then Wayne's World Unlimited, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. For that reason, we're going to put their channel up on the screen next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters up onto the screen as soon as that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. And oh, it was Alfonso's. Yes, blessed to crochet. Alfonso is here once in a while as well. And then Holly's Adventures. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And thank you, The Life of Tiff, by the way. I know you've been here for a while as well. We've got a few channels that are all high on the list there. So I'm going to try to get through as many channels as I can. We always do within our 3-hour live streams. We've still got well over an hour and a half to go that we can stay for if everybody would like. That is lots and lots of time to put lots of channels on the wheel and the screen. So let's talk about Shades of Grey that's up here. This channel wants to inspire us in a spiritual way. We get that idea when we read the About page. And then they post videos fairly frequently. We can see that here. Shorts on the channel have started to move. Hopefully they'll be hitting 100 views any second now, because they got 98 on one of these. And as we post more and more, what you'll find is that whether it's videos or shorts, and in some cases live streams, the consistency that you have and the catalog you build, the larger it gets, the more views everything gets. I know that really should go without saying, but it's true. So when you have 10 videos on your channel, 10 shorts on your channel, and a couple of live streams, is not the same as when you have 100, because when you start to build a really large catalog of content, obviously the algorithm knows that you're serious about your channel, at least to a point, and starts to carry the whole thing. You're going to find some of your older videos, especially true evergreen content, getting a lot more views later on. What we mean by evergreen content is, let's say somebody wanted to do do-it-yourself video about how to change the windshield wiper on a vehicle. Now that may not be evergreen for everybody forever, but it will be for many, many years. Or if somebody wants to do a recipe is a better idea. If we think about Just Jason Keto and more, he does a lot of recipes on his channel, and 20 years from now, people could still be using those recipes. He's already threatened to possibly publish a book, which I want to encourage. So if he does, then certainly 20 years from now, those recipes could be used. So Pat Master, yeah, I understand what you mean about your channel, and I don't want to encourage or discourage or push anybody in any direction. I never want to tell anybody, part of me, what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, even when it sounds like I do that. But when we start to talk about negative things on our channel, we draw in people who like to talk about negative things. So if we talk about toxic manipulation tactics and things like that, you will draw in an audience that likes to be involved in that kind of thing. There's nothing wrong with that, but you just have to decide if that's truly what you want to have, because if we were to, for instance, talk about some of the negative things we see, hoping to make change, while I don't like to be negative or discouraging at any time, I have a really hard time believing that here on YouTube we're going to be able to change many minds and turn people from using their powers for evil into using them for good. I could be wrong, but you just have to understand what you might be asking for when you do that. Not to mention, more than one channel can be tough to find. Yeah, Wayne's World Unlimited, I dropped Ashley's link for you a while ago. I'm going to do it one more time here. And thank you, Scratch and Pete PA, for helping with that as well. He's got the handle there. When we search, find, and click on each other's names, that's really helping. When we use things like links, we can get there faster, but it's not as much of a help to the creator. So hopefully everybody will connect with Shades of Grey, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then Wayne's World Unlimited dropped a super chat, so we're going to put their channel up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then, when we look at Wayne's World Unlimited, we see a creator that does a couple of unique things on his channel. He brings pure variety, but he takes us outdoors more than anything else. So if we dig through some of the thumbnails here, you'll get an idea of the different variety and the fact that he's bringing a lot of outdoor content. He takes us to interesting places and gives us interesting stories to be told, but this creator as well does one unique thing that I like talking about, which is bringing outtake videos along with his long form content. So often you'll find a video where he's got some kind of an outdoor adventure, and then he'll bring us an outtake video with a bunch of bloopers and things, and those can be fun. This video that I just watched was interesting because I have almost the same fan. It's too far for me to reach and grab and unplug and everything right now, but I keep one of these on my desk so that on a day like today, it's Sunday, in my office they don't have the air conditioning cranked. So when I first got in here, I had to put that thing on my face because otherwise I'm sweating all day. But these can be really cool little USB type fans that can help you if you're really experiencing too much heat while you're trying to sit and do something. Dawn Southern Finds, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I know Broken Hearts Ministry's been here for a while. That's our dear friend Gail's Gail from Gail's Southern Living. When we look at Wayne's World Unlimited, I'll look at live streams for a second. He just did one a couple months ago. We'll see if he's going to bring those back. But shorts, he posts these frequently. But when we look at the popular tab, we're going to see he's had some great success. One at 10,000, one at 13,000. But one of these featuring Xbox is at almost 250,000 views, 244,000, which is great to see. So that is definitely a popular video. So hopefully everybody will connect with Wayne's World Unlimited. He comes to us from the UK. He's working on 900 subscribers. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Yeah, that's an interesting way of looking at that, Shades of Grey. You know, it takes a little bit of experience in most cases for us to really understand what we might be getting into when we start to chase certain topics and things like that. But I've been on YouTube for about 7 years. I certainly don't want to like make it sound like I think I know everything. I certainly don't. I make as many mistakes as anybody, if not more, and I learn from channels of all sizes every single day. But what we see over a long period of time is there is an audience for pretty much every single subject on YouTube. It doesn't matter what that might be. One of the things that Moz said in our interview series, Moz6510 Models, says, he's amazed at what people are willing to sit and watch. I don't know if anybody here has heard of, I've mentioned it before, but there was a Twitch channel. I haven't looked to see if it's still there. There's a Twitch channel called Peanut Butter Art, and it was literally just a camera staring at a jar of peanut butter, and the chat would be wild. There'd be hundreds if not more people watching all the time. And it's funny, these like random things that just go viral, we can't predict that kind of thing, but I thought that was pretty funny. But if you've got better content than a jar of peanut butter sitting on a table, then chances are you've got an audience just waiting to find you, and that just takes a little bit of time. And then, yeah, that makes sense. Chia tortilla as well. Everything takes time. Everything does. And then here's the thing. So I heard an analogy the other day. So the idea is that, let's say a plane wants to take off from New York and go to Los Angeles, right? So the plane takes off, but all of a sudden the wind changes or something, it finds itself off course. It doesn't go back to New York and start over. It just adjusts its course until eventually it gets to Los Angeles. During the course of your journey, you might decide you want to end up at a different destination than you did when you started. There's nothing wrong with that. But chances are things are never going to work out the way that we imagine, or at least not exactly the way we imagine. But that's okay. You can pivot, you can change, you can try new things. My bet is that for most people here, 3 years after you start your YouTube channel, you will be doing something different than you planned when you started. Unless you really took the time to contemplate and plan before you started. Ben Bacon Bits, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And the Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now. So this is Nora, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of now, for me, 7 years. We've been connected for 4 of those years right now, or even longer actually. Nora is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and has been for a long time. They're monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. The Stock Explorer wants to talk to us about the stock markets and a little bit of crypto. They do that in a level-headed and down-to-earth way, with everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like NFTs and options trading. The Stock Explorer brings us shorts, videos, and live streams, and they also have product in hand a lot of the time. I've seen this creator go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, and then unbox it on a live stream, which I thought was really cool. They've got pure variety in the shorts videos on the channel. And this is something we see commonly in the Tuber Chat family as well. Regardless of category or niche, people are bringing variety into the shorts videos that they post. Nora's done really well here. at almost 3,000, over 4,000, and one over 11,000 views that I think is still getting views today. And then live streams are frequent. So Nora does a few different things here. She's really expanded the content on the channel over the years. But sometimes she's talking stocks and crypto. Sometimes it's friendly conversation and StreamYard panels. I actually joined them for a 2-hour conversation about YouTube last year on the channel. You could search that out. And then they do a lot of lottery scratch ticket battling with other channels, and this is where the live streams can get pretty wild. When you look at a live stream, you can start to understand instinctively by checking the time of the live stream, how long it ran for and how many views it's got, how vibrant the chat was during that time. Look at this one just a few days ago was 2 weeks ago, an hour-long live stream with 300 views, which means that chat must have been running. But Nora's known for that now. She rivals those of Hilda DC, Garden State Gardener, and Scratch and PPA, of course. Victoria G, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Judy Wheeler says she enjoys doing shorts, which is great. Let's do another poll just for fun. So I'm doing a poll asking which type of content you enjoy making the most. Not watching, but making. Interesting to know, I think Webster's Dictionary added the word live stream both as a single word and as two words together. It's interchangeable, so there's no right or wrong there. So shorts can draw in subscribers. In my opinion, they work best when the channel has a niche or category and the shorts are following that niche or category. So the people who subscribe might stay for the long form content. A gaming channel is a perfect example, or a lottery ticket scratching channel, or a cooking channel, and things like that, right? If the channel has a niche, if that makes sense. But that's not to say that I'm right, and that's not to say that that's universally true. We have a lot of creators here who bring variety into their shorts videos that draw in views and subscribers, and then the hope is that they just stay for some of the content because maybe they find the creator interesting. So I've dropped that poll just to see what everybody enjoys creating. We've probably asked that before. Tropical Buzz is a second channel from the Stock Explorer. They've let us know in the future they might bring some more content here, but this is where they want to educate us about plant life. They've got both shorts and videos over there. They happen to be in Florida as well, so they got a great opportunity to grow a lot of different things. Dawn Southern Finds is coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Dawn Southern Finds is up on the screen right now. There's another monetized channel. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. 528 subscribers right now, so they have to be excited about passing that 500. Now well on the way towards 600. We'd love to get them a little bit closer. When we look at this channel, we're going to get a little bit of information about the creator and what they expect to bring us on their channel. Bit of variety here, but they're bringing us around some of the areas that they go shopping for thrifty types of things. And then I'm just going to grab not your latest video, but the second latest, because it's a bit longer. Every minute matters when we're thinking about monetization, so we'll help with keeping those watch hours up even though the channel's monetized. And then shorts on this channel. So she's posting quite a few of these, and they've started to move over 500 views. As she posts more and more, they'll likely continue to grow. And I know that goes without saying, but it seems to be especially true of shorts. And then when we get into live streams, she's got quite a few set up, one for several days from now. And then it seems to be Yeah, quite a few ready to go, which is great to see. We always put notification bells on, or pardon me, we always put notifications on for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. So I'll spin the wheel, we'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Geek Culture 101 is up here right now. And this creator, yes, Martial Arts Reflections. Great. Thank you so much, by the way, for putting that link in your About section. What I recommend for any creator that's got more than one channel, first of all, I don't want to recommend that anybody start a second channel. It's quite a overwhelming amount of work. But if you're going to, my recommendation is to at least link it into your About section. If not, put a featured channel section on your front page. And if you dig through how to customize your front page, you'll find that featured channels idea. You can feature your channel on your front page so it's easy to find. A lot of people will be inclined to follow you on more than one channel if they know that you have more than one. So Geek Culture 101 is up here right now. Your home for all things geek. There's a channel and a creator I'm still getting to know, but I'm just going to grab their latest video, put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them here. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres, live streams, and watching videos. I get to know the content on the channel, and then if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. It's funny that link didn't want to work right away. Oh, there might be a mistake in the link here. Geek Culture 101, by the way. Hopefully you're still watching. You just want to double check that link because you'll see my URL came up with a bit of a convoluted URL when I clicked on that. So you just want to double check that. Martial Arts Reflections is the second channel from this creator, and this is where they want to discuss life, philosophy, faith, and more. I'm just going to grab the latest video on this channel, put it into my catch-up list as well, and then we'll get over to our shorts view and see that they've done almost 1,000 views on this channel, which is great. So that will likely come soon. Hopefully everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter on both channels. I see Scratch Masters in the house. I know you've been here for a while today. Red Hot Reactions is here. Jamie Marie Crafts has come in. And then KP Heathen is also here. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Ben Bacon Bits. So forgive me if I'm mistaken about this, but my guess is that, yeah, your account name and your channel name are going to be the same. Although it's possible to have more than one account, I would never recommend that here in this particular channel, because once in a while we see somebody that says, hey, it's me from my other channel, go follow me over there. But we see that kind of stuff on Instagram as well, where a lot of like fake companies and scams and things like that will come to you with an account and follow you, and they'll say like, hey, your content is great, come to our original channel and you can pay us money to get you even further, and that kind of thing. I know I'm not talking about the same thing here, but yeah, our name, I know a lot of times you go into channels, especially if they've just started live streaming, and somebody will, ask like, hey, what's your channel? To be like, hey, Ben Bacon Bits, what's your channel? Well, my channel is Ben Bacon Bits, right? Unless they're asking what the channel's about. But they also have handles, right? And your handle, like here in Martial Arts Reflections, it's the same, but in some cases, or all cases, you could change the handle. I wouldn't recommend it, to something different than your channel name if you wanted to. Sometimes you can't get your handle if you've got a really popular name, because somebody took it before you, let's just say. So whenever you see a social network, my recommendation is always to sign up for an account if you're the kind of person who enjoys signing up for accounts for social media networks, so that you can lock your name up before anybody else gets it. On YouTube, it can be the same thing. Best idea, in my opinion, is to have the handle match the channel name, because on the community tab, you'll see, I'm not sure if Just Jason Keto and More uses the @ on his community tab. We'll look at his channel in a second here. I'll just show you our community post for a moment so you can see what I mean about handles. On the community tab, when I mention other channels, they come up with their handle. So Rock Chick Beauty is a match, Rushing Wind Mountain is a match, MyFlock000 is for My Flock is Everywhere. When we look at some of these, most people grab their handle right away. Susan from Australia has It Is Susan. Oodles Caboodles, right, or Oodles A Caboodles, pardon me, is the name for Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts. But you get the idea that I'm talking about here. Handles, YouTube told us, is going to be important. They've just put it really out on the community tab more than anything else that I've seen so far. But we never know what they're going to change things to afterwards. I'm assuming what you mean, Jamie Marie Crafts, are your shorts aren't getting views like you thought that they would. I would just keep trying. I would just keep trying different ideas. One of the recommendations I've mentioned many times, not that I'm necessarily right about, is that if we put a bit of production value into our shorts videos, then that might give us a better chance of having them move, right? Like we think about videos. If you make a good video, you probably get more views than if you just fire something out without putting a lot of thought or time into it. Not always, but you know what I mean. Same thing, I believe, for shorts. And then Susan from Australia is right there. That's just coincidence. And then Cruz Bolero, good to see you in the house. I've got both those channels on the wheel because they happen to be members. We're going to look at Just Jason Keto and More right now. Forgive me if I've butchered my description of what I was trying to talk about there, and then let me know if you want me to elaborate on anything. We'll end this poll right now. I was just curious to see what everybody liked. So half of us like making videos best, and then about a third of us like making live streams, and then only about a quarter of us for shorts. So it's interesting when you think about the idea of learning about yourself. You often hear in reality television shows, every time somebody gets kicked out of a competition, they say, well, I learned a lot about myself. And you hope that that's true. But if you can truly be self-aware, you'll be able to figure out by your actions, not just your words, whether you truly like doing something or not. I would like to think that I like making videos, but I'm always behind in making videos, so I must not like to do them. But you notice that I never miss an opportunity to do a Tuber Chat live stream, so I must enjoy doing these more than I might have thought when it comes to comparing them to videos. That's just an idea. Not saying I'm right, but you know what I mean. So Just Jason Keto and More is up on the screen. We mentioned this channel earlier when we talked about recipes. He's got tons of them on his channel, and he is talking about a healthier lifestyle, healthy eating, healthy living when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got a brand new video that just came out yesterday. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. It's just got a fun name. Playlist can be a great tool for that kind of thing. Lots of recipes on the channel, lots of product reviews as well. He can help us make sense of some of the ingredients we're going to see in some of the things we want to consider for a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Lots of guests on the channel, both in videos and live streams, where they share their life experience, their tips, their tricks, their trials, tribulations when it comes to that keto-based diet or lifestyle. And then he'll head out hundreds of miles away to bring us informative content from places like Ketopalooza. And then once in a while he'll add a little bit of variety into the channel. Shorts over here have done really well. There's a hint here about healthy looking grilling shorts getting 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views and beyond, and then one of them over 22,000 views, and I've seen that one, and it is quite entertaining. And then when we get into live streams, we see that Just Jason Keto and More is live every single Thursday at 7:30 Eastern without fail, unless it's his birthday like it was this past Thursday. So he dropped a video yesterday, but he'll expect to be back on next Thursday again. Once in a while he does a pop-up live stream, or somewhat, I shouldn't say pop-up, it's just these are occasional, but it's a cook-along live stream, and he's done a couple of those already. One of them with a multicam view, that's where he's likely got that GoPro Hero Black 12 out there, and then Just Chasing Keto and More, again with lots of guests on the channel. So lots of inspiration and motivation when it comes to healthy eating and healthy living. He's monetized lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and he's got a vibrant community that will come into the chat, so when we have questions and comments we get a lot of support in that way as well. So what I'm going to do is spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And Just Chasing Keto and More is another fellow Canadian, by the way, and somebody I met up with a couple of times, which I was grateful for. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting, good to see you here. I'm going to get your channel on the wheel. I just put Marketplace Boutique on the wheel, and they came up right away, so we never know how that's going to work. But I'm going to get their channel ready to go right now. We're going to go for another break, and then right before we do that, I'm going to play for you one more clip from our podcast interview video series that's now out on the channel. All of the creators who have been featured are longtime friends of Superchat, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course, but I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to, I think it was 82, was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting, every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, we're almost back. We're going to look at Marketplace Boutique right now. This is Jody's channel. I'll talk about it in a second. The Bud Files and Judy Wheeler have both been added to the wheel. Tanks and Fish is on there, of course. And then Holly's Adventures actually gifted a membership that was picked up by Judy Wheeler, who's new in the chat, actually. And she's done that kind of thing many times before. So we'll look at her channel next, and then we will get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. I'm going to try to speed things up, but I did want to make a point about one more thing here. So I ran this extra poll to ask you, everybody in the chat, do you enjoy watching fireworks? Interesting that over 80% of us say that we enjoy watching fireworks, which I do too. The point that I want to make about that is just that I personally have put up a lot of fireworks videos on my personal channel from a very touristy destination, because I live in Niagara Falls, Canada now. I grew up in Toronto. I still am in Toronto a lot of the time. But Niagara Falls is a world-known destination. It's called the honeymoon capital of the world and this and that. So I thought by putting up fireworks videos, they were going to get a lot of views. And they never got anything near what I would have thought that they might. So here's the interesting thing. Do you enjoy watching fireworks? Yes, almost all of us do. But when was the last time you searched for fireworks videos on YouTube and actually watched them? My guess is probably nobody here in this chat this week has looked for fireworks videos to watch, and it's very possible that 99% of us have not searched for them ever. We just watch them when they come up. So that's an example of how we might think that something we put up is entertaining to watch, and it just doesn't get a lot of views. But for people who are out there now referred to as citizen journalists and things like that, following a lot of very current, topical information, they can get views into the thousands at a time. And I've done that as well, where it has nothing to do with the content. It has to do with the subject, if that makes sense. And only in that exact moment was it able to get tons of views, and then never again. So that's just an idea. Amplify Cake No Eat Meat Day with cherry on top and more has got some fireworks as well. And then, I'm not saying I'm right about all these things. You know, I tend to speak very fast. I don't want to make it sound like I know what I think, or I think I know everything, or think I know what I'm talking about all the time. I learn like everybody here does. I make as many mistakes as anybody or more. I've been corrected many times over the years here in Tuber Chat as well for things I was mistaken about. But these are just ideas. And what I hope for is that we can discuss these ideas in the chat, share our own experiences with each other, and then all of us will be able to make better decisions for our videos and our channels, myself as well. And there you go. Yeah, Just Jason, Keto, and more. It seems that way a lot of the time. So Marketplace Boutique is up on the screen right now. We're going to look at Holly's Adventures next when we look at what Marketplace Boutique is doing on their channel. The creator behind this channel is Jody. She's getting very well known, actually, because she's incredibly supportive to other creators since being here in the Tuber Chat family for what might be getting on a year now or even longer. 1,200 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the 1,300 we know she's thinking about. She gives us a lot of information on her About page. She used to work in law but made a career change and started working in e-commerce in 1998, and now she gives us a lot of insight when it comes to the idea of buying and selling, especially on platforms like eBay. She'll talk about the technical aspects of that, but the magic comes in finding the right things to buy and sell. She'll even take us shopping to show us where she finds some of the things that she gets, including collections of things that she can then separate and sell individually, if that makes sense. So I'll leave it to you to find that on her channel. Marketplace Boutique brings variety into the shorts videos here. These have gotten into 12,000, 14,000, and even 19,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator as well is live frequently, and a lot of times outdoors lately. More variety on the channel here, sometimes collaborating with Backyard Trucker, and then sometimes on her own. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'd love to push towards that 1,300 subscribers, of course. And Holly's Adventures is coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Lucy Grace 56, good to see you here. And then Butler Family Farm, are you saying put a poll asking if people enjoy watching fireworks in person or not? Because yeah, that definitely would be the answer. Yeah, the point that I was hoping to make was the idea that yeah, in person we all like to watch fireworks. Some of us go out of our way and even skip doing other things to say, oh, there's going to be fireworks on Sunday, I'm going there. Especially big things like holidays for our American friends, July 4th, for our Canadian friends, Canada Day, things like this. And then, but it's interesting to see that we expect that just by posting things that we think people enjoy in real life, we might get a ton of views. But just sitting there pointing a camera at a sky for 5 minutes may not bring in what we hoped that it would. It's almost always a surprise. The videos we try to make that hope, we hope people are going to like are the ones that don't seem to do as well, and then the ones that we think were just like, wow, I just made that video quickly, I didn't think anybody was going to watch it, but I just wanted to do it. They get thousands of views. Not always, but I'm sure you know what I mean. It's often a surprise. And then Victoria G still in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Oh, fireworks. You spend too much money on fireworks, Pat Master. We never were allowed to have them in Canada when I was growing up. Now they're everywhere. Even pharmacies and things like that will sell them, grocery stores. Judgment Day Mike Harper is in the house. Good to see you here. And then Holly's Adventures is up on the screen. This creator gifted a membership earlier that was picked up by Judy Wheeler, who I'm sure will be happy to have that. And then when we look at what Holly's Adventures is bringing us, this creator's channel is interesting. It's mostly video gameplay, but we've known Holly's Adventures for a couple years now. And I know that this creator at one point even took like a cruise, and they brought us some of the content from that cruise. They did, I think they made videos, shorts, and a live stream from that cruise as well. But with a name like Holly's Adventures, it opens up the opportunity to be able to do any kind of content that they want, of course, right? Lots of popular video games here. You see Final Fantasy and Legend of Zelda. They do much more, actually. And then lots of variety in the shorts videos here, but these have started to get up to 4,000, 4,600. Some of these videos where pets are doing things seem to do very well. A couple of people in the Tuber Chat family have had great success with those. And then live streams as well. Oh, here we go. Yes, another cruise live stream. They just put up a few weeks ago as well. I'm not sure if that was... did you happen to take a cruise again a couple weeks ago? Because that might be like a yearly occurrence for Holly's Adventures, if I am remembering that right. And then lots of popular... video game titles in their live streams, and they seem to be live approximately once a week as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Holly's Adventures. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, like I keep saying. Thank you for that gifted membership again. So I'm going to try to speed things up. We'll do that now. I'll spin the wheel to see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I also noticed that through the whole small YouTuber community, if we want to call it that, there's a lot of manipulation going on with both views and subscribers and everything else. So hopefully everybody is, cautious when it comes to the idea of a lot of, you get Instagram posts and things, or Instagram DMs, where people will say like, hey, I've seen your content, it looks really good, but you could get more views, and then they're paid services. There's a lot of scams out there, right? So if you think it might be an online scam, it probably is an online scam, especially when they start telling you to look at other channels. But I've seen a lot of different things on YouTube through the whole small YouTuber community. Not everyone, I'm just saying there's been an abundant amount of it lately, which is interesting to see. Susan from Australia, yeah, I did get you on the wheel. It took me a second, but I put you on there a while ago. We just happened to mention your channel because I put a community post out for you, and we were looking at the community page, and then you just happened to pop into the chat. And then when we look at Cruz Bolero, we're going to talk about this channel in a second. Okay, let me just, forgive me, I didn't want to get into story time, but we'll make one more quick point, right, about manipulation and things like that. So here's the idea. When you're starting your YouTube channel, in my opinion, you got to think about what the goals are truly for the channel, because it's not in our human DNA to say, I want to put a video up and get a bunch of views. That's something we learn after we start YouTube, right? Do you want a channel that's got tons of subscribers because it looks good and you just want your channel to look good, which is fine? Or do you want to have your videos have tons of views? Or do you want to have a ton of watch time? Or do you want to reach people and send a message with your videos? Are you trying to entertain people? Are you trying to help people? There's lots of other goals. One of the most common goals, I imagine, in the Tuber Chat family that's not well defined is the idea of monetization and making money from your channel or the businesses around it, or business projects, or whatever, hobbies and different things we want to call them. If your goal is to make a certain amount of money, let's say it's $100 a month or $1,000 a month or whatever it is, that is very different and has nothing to do with subscribers or views. And forgive the way I talk. The reason why I'm saying this and putting emphasis on it is just because I promise you, there are channels that only have a few thousand subscribers that are making over $1,000 a month, if that was a goal that you wanted to have, and much, much, much more money than channels that are out there with 100,000 subscribers or more. It is very different. Just because you have the subscribers, just because you have the views, does not necessarily mean you're going to be bringing in the dollar figures that you wished for. And I've seen this 1,000 times. Don't forget, now again, I don't want to make it sound like I know everything, but I've been on YouTube for 7 years. I have literally subscribed to over 5,000 channels. I've seen a lot of content, a lot of creators, gotten to know a lot of people, and watched a lot of people's progress. So I just promise you, it doesn't matter how many views and subscribers you have if money is an idea. It doesn't have to be. Not everybody has to use their channel to make money. Not everybody has to care about that kind of thing. But if that was the goal, I just want to let you know it's different. But if your goal is to make money with your channel, and then you manipulate the views and subscribers by trying to pump them up because you think it looks better, somebody's going to watch my videos if I have 80,000 subscribers, that's not necessarily true. And I believe it's detrimental, because what you will end up doing is tricking the YouTube algorithm into thinking that your engagement is much lower than it should be. If you pump your channel up, let's just say, to any number of subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, let's just say, you're still going to end up making the same $10 a month or $100 a month, or hundreds of dollars, or whatever it was, whatever amount of money you were going to make, but the algorithm is going to possibly push your content out far less, because they're going to say, wow, this channel with all these subscribers is only doing this well. And I have a hard time believing that we can trick the YouTube algorithm and recommendation engine into thinking our channels are doing better than they are. I promise you, the algorithm's smarter than we think it is, and even when I say that, it's smarter than we think it is. So these are just ideas, but I just wanted to put some emphasis on that. If whatever the goals are, I believe that this channel can help. Superchat, myself, and our community, especially the usual suspects who are here frequently and have been through this for a long period of time, we can help whatever the goal is. If you want subscribers, we can help with that. If you want views, we can help with that. If you want watch hours, we can help you with that. If you want to make money from your channel, whether it's through super chats, memberships, or any of that stuff, or Amazon affiliate money, or if you're making things to sell and using YouTube to promote them, all of those things we can help with. You just have to understand they are very different, and you have to choose your direction. So, forgive the story time, but I did want to get that point across. Cruz Bolero's up on the screen. There's a channel I'm still getting to know, but they have been with us many times. 90 subscribers now. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. Silent Silver, forgive me if I did not say hello, by the way. I know you came in right after Silver Assassin Metal Detecting. And then Cruz Bolero, when we look at their channel's About section, they've just got a little bit of information there. But when we look at what they're doing, they're bringing us around different travel content, particularly with cruise ships more than anything else by the look of it. Oh, yeah. Oasis of the Seas, One Hit Wonder Party, which must have been fun. And then, yeah, I'm not sure how much of this is outside and how much is on a cruise ship. I'm going to have to watch another piece of content. I'm going to take your latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list for now. And then we'll have a look at what they're doing on the shorts over here. They got quite a few of these. They're getting into hundreds of views. So as they post more and more, those will likely continue to grow pretty rapidly. I know it goes without saying, but we mention it all the time. And Cruz Bolero, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Like I said, they're here with us frequently. And then let's spin the wheel. So Judy Wheeler is coming up. This is a brand new creator in the Tuber Chat family. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So when we look at Storytime Hour, yes, Bella's Whisper Farmstead, I never do it. I don't do a lot of live streaming on my personal channel. I feel like I should, so that we can talk about these things, and I can get a lot of that out of my system so that we're more focused on channels. You'll notice that whenever Tuber Chat has a day off, which is frequently, we're only here 3 times a week usually, but like, you know, we streamed on Friday, not yesterday. Now we're back on Sunday, so of course I'm talking too much like I always do. When we're back tomorrow, I'll probably have less story time because I got it out of my system today, and hopefully you find that as funny as I do. So Judy Wheeler's up on the screen. Now this is a brand new creator in the Tuber Chat family. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos, put it into my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We usually here 3, sometimes 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around this the world in different time zones. So there's a fairly new channel. We'd love to push them towards the 200 they're thinking about. Here in Tuber Chat, we're always talking about the idea of connecting on videos that are 3 minutes or longer. And you'll hear me say repeatedly, it's very important that the video is at least 3 minutes long. Very important that we watch from beginning to end. Once in a while, we find usually a newer channel like this that's not got any videos that are 3 minutes or longer yet. What I would do in this case is take the longest video I can find. I put that in my watch later list. I'm going to take 2 more videos and I'm going to put them into a separate playlist here. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it, but I just recommend going through 2 or 3 videos because it's the same 4 or 5 minutes that it would have been if they had a 5-minute video. We're just watching a bit of content. We might be helping this creator even more by showing YouTube that we cared so much about their content we already went back for seconds and thirds, let's say. So this is another idea that I've been doing for the last 4 years of Tuber Chat as well. And it's always in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. And then I'm looking forward to getting to know Judy Wheeler, but thanks for being here today. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. What we're looking at right now is the Jay Jordan, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who is one of the fastest growing creators or channels that we've seen in the Tuber Chat family. Life with Lucha and Glenn, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at the Jay Jordan and why they've grown so fast, there's a couple of reasons here. Still to this day, we've known them a couple years now, but still to this day, I run into them constantly supporting other creators. So even when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams, I run into them doing the same thing. But as well, they're on every day, seeming to be all day. They post on their channel every single day, usually multiple times a day. And they do everything from videos to shorts to live streams. I'm going to take one of their latest unboxing videos. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list there so I can get caught up with them. Almost impossible to stay caught up with them. Shorts on this channel have done spectacularly well. 13,000, 17,000, 21,000. And this creator does workouts every single day. They do a lot more too. They take us out bowling. They take us riding on a motorcycle. They do a lot of jumping in on other people's StreamYard panels. They learn music on their channel as well. And you can see they do a live stream just about every single day. sometimes more than once a day, on top of being on other people's channels. So they are well over 7,000 subscribers now. It's really not a surprise for anybody who's known them for a long time. KNRP Kim Polton, good to see you here. And then the J Jordan, of course, has monetized lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Silent Silver is asking, why are their watch hours dropping? So the biggest reason why that might happen is because YouTube lets us know that watch hours have to be accumulated over the previous 365 days. It's not 1 year like we like to say that, but they specifically say 365 days because whatever watch hours you had 366 days ago are gone today. They wipe them completely out. They just don't count. There's nothing we can do about that. So you have to hit 3,000 watch hours or 4,000 watch hours if you want to, but within that 365 days prior. And it's rolling, right? So chances are for every single creator, you're making more watch hours today than you are losing from a year ago. That should be almost universally true, but that's just an idea. So, hopefully that answers the question, but if I'm mistaken and you think there's another reason or that might not be the case, I can elaborate. What we're going to do right now is go on a break. We'll make this one a quick one for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Backyard Trucker. So we're going to be back with another channel on the screen, Backyard Trucker, in a second, but I just want to hop in on that conversation because I see we're talking about, like, you know, trying to eat better, live better, be healthier for the purpose of family, right? And a thought that crosses my mind is just that Just Jason Keto and More has an inspiring story about what he's doing and basically the basis of his channel for that exact reason, right? The idea of being able to be active and keep up with his grandchildren. So Just Jason Keto and More is somebody I'd look at if you find yourself like me, needing a bit of motivation in that area. Backyard Trucker's up on the screen right now, and this is a creator who we talked about for a quick second earlier because they found some great success, what I believe was through a little bit of luck, not too long ago. Now, they post just about anything online. They literally say, just a simple guy putting anything and everything online for people to see. I'm just going to grab their latest video here. It's quite short. I'll put that in my catch-up list. Pardon me, he's got plenty of content that's better for connecting. Lots of videos at 5 minutes, 10 minutes, up to even 20 minutes and longer. When we look at Backyard Trucker, we also see that live streams are frequent here. Now, this creator's been putting out a lot of content for a long time. I'm not sure that Backyard Trucker's been with us for a year yet, so forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. I start to lose track of how long some of the friendships here have gone on, because we literally have been here for 4 years, and some creators have been with us from the very beginning, especially our moderators, for instance, right? But Backyard Trucker does a lot of live streaming. Now, sometimes they're just hanging out, like a fire pit stream like this. Sometimes they're connecting or collaborating with Marketplace Boutique, who we talked about earlier. A lot of times they're on the road, taking us on their travels, and they've done really well with dash cam footage and shorts. I'll show that to you in a moment. But look at the views on some of these live streams, right? They get into 100, 200, 300, 400, depending on the length of the stream. But if we dig back just a few weeks ago, we're going to find a couple of vertical live streams. This one here, which I did not catch, they had apparently about 125 people watching. Now, I asked Backyard Trucker, why do you think you had such wild success with this particular live stream? And the answer, if we look actually through the last few live streams, he had a decent one a week before that. He had another one a couple days before that, or the day before that. But he said that he thinks that the title did it. Now, my guess is that because this is somebody who's driving a truck, right, driving a rig, these people doing this job, I've known many truckers in my life, they don't necessarily get to stick to a schedule like the majority of people, where we think about, like, you know, a day shift of 9 to 5 or an afternoon shift of 2 to 10 or anything like that. You know, they got to go when they got to go, and they can drive, I believe, in the States up to 11 hours, or have a shift up to 11 hours. In Canada, I think they can have shifts up to 14 hours, for instance. So some of these people are, you know, getting up at ungodly hours of the morning or evening, and, you know, driving at hours that most of us wouldn't be able to even understand, let alone cope with, if we have a regular schedule for ourselves. So I believe that a little bit of luck, along with a lot of consistency and activity on this channel, combined with the title, they happen to be heading to Pennsylvania at that moment. I'm betting that the start time had to do something with this, because Backyard Trucker's on frequently, but you can see he got a little bit of a ramp up the day before to 900 views, which was triple the stream before that, hanging out at the campfire. And then doing this one, you have to note it's a vertical live stream as well, because YouTube let us know a while ago they might be pushing those out. And then the next day had another one at about a quarter of the views, almost 6,000, which is great. And then they start sliding back down to normalcy, if we want to call it that. So kind of a weird anomaly there. But great for Backyard Trucker to have that success, and it really projected their channel. They got over 700. They're getting on 800 subscribers now, which is really, really cool. So it's nice to see that rapid growth. Again, I believe the biggest reason is because of their consistency. They post a lot of content, shorts, videos, and a lot of live streaming, and they're incredibly supportive to other creators, not just here in Tuber Chat, but I see them out supporting others when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams as well. Precious Gems, good to see you in the house. I've got you on the wheel. The Life of Tiff grabbed membership, by the way, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and I've got your channel on the wheel also. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And my dear goodness, the Silver Assassin Metal Detecting has just dropped 5 gifted memberships. So thank you for that. That's over the top generosity, and I really do appreciate it. I know Jamie Marie Crafts, The Adventures of Traveling Mike, Simply Jan Homestead, I Bring It Every Day, and Gia Chia Tortilla will all be happy to have those. For any of them that are still here, like Jamie Marie Crafts, I'll get onto the wheel right now. I'm getting the feeling we're going to jump into a few minutes of overtime. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. We expect to be here for another half hour, but I'm going to start rifling through channels a little bit faster now. I seem to have done a lot of talking today, all YouTube based, which is great. But we'll see where we can go. So Silver Assassin Metal Detecting, obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. It's interesting that we've got a good handful of metal detecting channels in the Tuber Chat family, but we've also got a lot of creators that are talking about prepping and stacking and things like that. Someday I'll tell the story about spending all my dad's silver dollars and 50-cent pieces on video game quarters when I was a teenager, but we'll do that another time. And it'll be heartbreaking for a lot of our friends who understand the value today of gold and silver, for instance, where silver in Canada, 1 ounce is probably $40, maybe closer to 50 right this second. I'm a huge fan of precious metals, by the way, but it's really interesting all the different things that these creators can find, including a lot of numismatic collectible coins. A lot of history comes along with a lot of what they find as well. So Silver Assassin Metal Detecting lets us know they're a history enthusiast as well. They happen to be in Massachusetts, so they share climate with somebody like myself and can bring us all 4 seasons when they're out metal detecting. When we get into shorts over here, they see that they've got 1,300, 1,600, even 3,700 views. And then live streams on the channel. They've just done a couple of times up to a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to keep those up, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well, if that makes sense. And then Judgment Day Mike Harper is dropping a super chat. Thank you for that. We always put membership gifters and super chatters up on the screen as soon as that happens. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting actually dropped that set of gifted memberships right after the wheel chose their name. So let's have a look at Judgment Day Mike Harper right now. This creator's got a couple of channels, but thank you both for that extra generous activity in the chat. So thank you again, Silver Assassin Metal Detecting and Judgment Day Mike Harper. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. What we're looking at right now is a creator who brings us a lot of movie reviews more than anything else. He's actually got one coming up today, right? Yes, in another half hour. Judgment Day Mike Harper will bring out a brand new premiere right after we're finishing with Tuber Chat. We might go a few minutes overtime. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum, but we know there'll be fresh content over here. Judgment Day Mike Harper does a little more variety on the channel, some video gameplay as well. This creator is here with us frequently, and they've been a friend of what I believe is long over a year. I'm not sure if it's 2 years yet. Judgment Day Mike Harper's got some shorts that have gotten into 1,400, 2,100 views and beyond, and then live streams over here where we get a chance to hang out with Judgment Day Mike Harper. He gives us a lot of information about the creator behind the channel on his About section. Michael W. Harper is a second channel from this creator where we get some more DVD reviews more than anything else. He's got some shorts on this channel. These have also moved into hundreds of views, and then when we get into live streams, we see that these are occasional, but we love to push this second channel for this creator up towards the first 100 as well. And like I said, they're here with us frequently. So spin the wheel, we'll get another channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So we're looking at Little Lego Yarn Dude. I'll put up their original channel in a quick second here. They got 2 of these. And then when we look at Little Lego Yarn Dude, we see that they're approaching 100 subscribers over here. We'd love to push them a little bit closer towards that milestone. And we're going to get a mix of a crossover channel for crocheting, and then they've got some Lego ideas in the background here. This is really, really cool. Lego's my favorite toy of all time. If you know, if I have to, I'm in a situation to give a gift to a family because they've got young children, then Lego is always the go-to. I think it's fantastic for inspiring creativity. Shorts on this channel, they've just started, but they've got a couple over here, live streams. They've got one planned for today in about an hour after Tuber Chat, an hour and a half from now. They'll have another live stream. Hopefully we'll catch that. When we look at their original channel, Little Lego, it's going to take me a second to find it. It's a popular name, but we'll dig through the thumbnails, and there they go right here. 265 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 300 they're thinking about. If you notice their latest video, which I have not seen yet, I'm going to put this in my catch-up list right now, but they mentioned the idea that this particular video also has a short associated with it, this one right here, which is approaching 500 views. So they got quite a few shorts already, one of them over 1,000, which is great to see, but that's an example how you can repurpose some of your content if that's what they've done. And then they're going to do, it looks like, a dual live stream. My guess is that they're going to do a vertical live stream on one channel and a horizontal live stream on the other, and that's a cool experiment. We'll have to see how that turns out, but hopefully everybody will connect with Little Lego. They're here with us just about every day as well. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. The Simple Alaskans are going to come up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at the Simple Alaskans, we see a channel I'm still getting to know. They've got quite a bit of information on their About section. So Copper River Valley is what they're showing to us, which is something I've got to learn about. Daryl and Lynn are here, and they've got some information about what to expect on the channel, the inspiration behind it. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list as well. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels, and then over weeks and months by watching videos and hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content. And then for anybody that wants to connect on the other social networks like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I always enjoy getting to know creators in that way as well. They've got shorts over here. These have done really well. 7,000, 8,000, one of them over 12,000 views. which is great to see, and then live stream. So they've done a few of these. So up to a month ago, we'll see if they're going to do another one anytime soon. I try to always make it when anybody's got a special occasion live stream. I'm on YouTube as much as I can be. I'm no busier than anybody else, but between family, I'm lucky enough to work full time and this and that. I can't be on every hour, but I'm try to be on every day. And if you have a special occasion coming up, like especially a monetization celebration, a birthday, an anniversary, something like that, feel free to send me a message. I know not everybody can message every single person they want to be in every single live stream and things like that, but if you do find a moment, I will make an effort to be there whenever I can. Some creators have schedules, right? Like Scratch and PPA with his premieres, Just Chasing Keto and More's on Thursday nights, Butler Family Farms on Mondays. Stock Explorer doesn't have a schedule, but they're usually on 3 times a week, things like that. So some of us can set alarms on our phones for a couple of different streams and things like that if we don't easily keep it in our mind. And then otherwise, like I said, if you want to send a message on another social network, that's cool too. Tanks and Fish is fairly new in the Tuber Chat family. We're just going to go for 3.5 minutes and come back and look at that channel. All right, we're almost back. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for that help there. We're going to get Tanks and Fish up there right now. There's another channel that's brand new in the Tuber Chat family. I think they've just been with us a couple of times so far. We got to make sure we look for Tanks and Fish as opposed to just Tank and Fish. But if we search for the right name, hopefully we'll get to them easily. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get to them through my go-to channel for a moment here. And Tanks and Fish has 300 subscribers right now. This one might be tough to find, so I'm going to put their handle in the chat. Again, we're always doing the best job for each other when we search, find, and click on each other's names to help with the algorithm. Ben Bacon Bits just changed their avatar as well, I think. Lenny the Lawyer Live, a longtime dear friend of Tuber Chat. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And yes, hopefully everybody will grab Tanks and Fish there. We'd love to push them towards the 400 subscribers they're thinking about. I didn't realize I haven't already had this channel on the screen, or am I mistaken? I might have had one of their videos in my watch later list. My accounts want to keep switching. I don't know why that's been happening lately. Tuber Chat's on one of those accounts where they used to force you to have a brand account. And I noticed that yesterday, I think it was. It started to switch automatically, and I didn't do anything. So YouTube's full of glitches, I promise you. It usually means they're changing something. So forgive me, Koi House, the most expensive fish tank. I have as a video in my watch later list already for Tanks and Fish there. I didn't get through my watch later list, so forgive me for that. But what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to make sure I get through that list right after the stream today. But this is a channel, obviously, I'm still getting to know. So I'm going to take your latest video. They just put this out moments ago, actually. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That is a way to show YouTube I cared so much I went back for seconds on the channel. And then shorts over here have gotten into 1,100 views and beyond on a couple of them. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've been doing a few of these up to even a couple weeks ago. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon. I've got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. Florida Claimers Ted, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. I'm just going to grab their channel and put it on the wheel after we get the bud files onto the screen. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Lisa's Fun Finds is here as well. She's live all the time. I'm going to put her channel onto the wheel right now. Members always get added onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I'm going to race through channels as quick as we can. We're obviously going to go overtime, but I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum because we've been on for almost 3 hours already. And then we'll be back tomorrow, actually, at what I think I said was going to be 4 p.m. Eastern. It might be 3 p.m. Whatever I said was when we'll start. I told our moderators, but somewhere around there, just so you know. It'll come up as a pop-up, but you can plan if you want to. The Bud Files is up on the screen right now. This is a family of creators who've been with us for at least 3 years, probably closer to 4 by now. They're working on 2,200 subscribers. They are modern-day archaeologists. The idea is to uncover history and digitally preserve it. In video, they do that through shorts and live streams as well. They often take us outdoors for an interesting history lesson and interesting places to visit. They've got a Way Back Wednesday series as well, where they talk about a lot of different things. I've enjoyed some of those. There's a bit more variety on the channel these days because they've been at this for a long time. And shorts are a perfect example of some of the variety that they've brought, where the family's always having fun. 5,000, even 15,000 views and beyond. I'm looking at this thumbnail and I can't help but laugh. They're always having fun together. If you catch them for live streams, they could be singing, dancing, playing games. They might bring you into the house for some indoor bowling. They might take you outdoors for an adventure or a different cultural event like this parade here. I'm just going to grab this and put it into my catch-up list as well, and that will give me a chance to get another couple of pieces of content watched. And the Bud Files, of course, are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know Lenny the Lawyer Live just dropped a super chat there. Do you know how to adapt a USB-C to a powered hub? You can't run the Elgato prompter. I'll show you something, Lenny the Lawyer Live. I'll show you what I use. I have two of these because sometimes I do tuber chat on the road, not so much lately. But in my office I have one set of adapters, and these stay where they are with my screens and my setup, so I can just plug the laptop in, but then I keep another set with me in case I do tuber chat on the road. So I have one here, and some of this stuff might be listed on my personal channel, but this is an adapter that's got a bunch of USB connections and HDMI and Ethernet and all that, and it just plugs in USB-C, and then I can plug anything into it. So that might be an idea. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you need, but some kind of an adapter like these. These ones are quite expensive. They can be up to like $100. There's some that are more expensive than that, but I need ones that are full featured that can take power delivery, which is very important. What happens is some of these adapters, you'll notice a couple of USB-C ports there. One of them is meant for the power to go in when you're doing things like running multiple screens or some kind of a device that requires its own power coming through USB-C. Depending on the computer that you're using, you might need that extra electricity coming in by having power delivery go through the adapter into your laptop. So this is the kind of thing. Most of you can see I'm on a Mac right now. The Mac that I have is fairly new. It's an M2, so it's got USB-C connectors. What happens is I have the plug going into the adapter going into the computer, but that's enough to power both the computer and the screen and whatever else I have connected to that particular adapter, if that makes sense. But I just wanted to show that to you, Lenny the Lawyer Live. Let me know if that's not what you needed. And then Sweet Acres Koi Farm, thank you so much. I think you actually must have sent over tanks and fish to us. I could be mistaken, of course, but thank you for that. And then Sweet Acres Farm, Sweet Acres Koi Farm is going to come up right after Lenny the Lawyer Live, because we always put Super Chatters on the screen as soon as that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Sweet Acres Koi Farm, we'll see what they've got going on. Yeah, phones can really chew through a lot of battery power when we're live streaming. We've tried different apps and things like that between me and my friends with Streamlabs and Prism and the YouTube app and everything else, but streaming just like beats the battery, right? So what could be recommended, if you're able, is some kind of a device like a stand that has the ability to allow you to plug the phone in while you're live streaming, right? So things like the DJI Osmo gimbals and things like that do that. Almost any stand is going to allow you to maneuver the phone in a certain way so that you can have the power connector exposed so that you can plug it in, if that makes any sense. And then when we look at Sweet Acres Koi Farm, this is a channel I'm still getting to know as well. They're already sending friends over here, as we can see, for which I'm grateful. Over 900 subscribers, which means they're officially on the road to 1K. And forgive me, I meant to put Lenny the Lawyer Live up first. We'll get to his channel right after. Luckily, Lenny the Lawyer Live's a long-time friend, though. Sweet Acres Koi Farm, we always say that a channel is at on the road when they get to a 100 milestone. So since they're past 900, they're officially on the road to 1,000. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. So you're making me laugh with the about section. They said, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, we're trying to keep it real with no AI assistance. You're better than me. I use AI all the time now. And Sweet Acres Koi Farm, I can't help but laugh at that. They got shorts on their channel that have gotten into 3,900 and 7,800 views and beyond, and then live streams as well. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I don't think I've caught you yet, but hopefully you'll do some more. I've got the notification bell on for every single channel, of course. Hopefully we all do. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. I heard something described. It's not my words, but it's been described as AI is not going to replace your job. This goes for 99% of us, right? If we happen to work or anything like that. But somebody who knows how to use AI is going to. And that might certainly be the case, right? So not being aware of what's out there, I imagine, can be very helpful, even if you don't actually use the stuff. Yeah, so my guess is that when you're talking about the connectors, Lenny the Lawyer Live, I've seen a couple of their newer things where they're putting weird connectors on there, like RCA, not RCA, I forget what they're called, XLR for power, which is weird because those are meant to be audio cables. Yeah, they might just be doing the Apple thing and like trying to like protect it so nobody can use their stuff with anything else, which I'm sure we all dislike, but it's a fact of life with these huge corporations at times, right? But my guess is that a combination of adapters is going to be the thing that you need. You just have to explore a few different ones and then make sure they have the right number of connectors, because you always lose one when you plug it in. So if you need 2 available USB-C ports, you have to have 3 so that you can plug the adapter in and still have 2 available, if that makes sense. Something very important to think about, because I have come close to losing money on adapters by buying the wrong thing. Luckily, my impatience outlasted my impulsiveness in that case, if that makes sense. Wheat's Art is here. I put them on the wheel. And then hopefully I'm answering the way you're looking for there, Lenny the Lawyer Live. This is a creator who's got quite a few channels, actually. We'll look at a couple of them right now. Over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He's dropped a couple of super chats there. He's done that many times before. He actually took over the stream boss position under my camera there again. Lenny the Lawyer Live is going to explain to us there's a difference between legal information and legal advice. And when you're in the presence of an attorney, they can let you know very clearly which you are receiving. What Lenny the Lawyer Live is bringing us here is legal information on their YouTube channels, and they're building quite a catalog. I'm going to take the latest video, put that into my catch-up list. I believe everybody at some point in their life, or 99% of us, is going to have to deal with some kind of legal information. So we're happy to have a couple of attorneys actually here in the Tuber Chat family, and able to bring us a lot of different information. Obviously US based, but a lot of the fundamentals are going to relate to people around the world as well. Lenny Lawyer Live's got a short out there as well, and then live streams are an idea possibly for the future. I'm just going to show you another couple of their channels. Boyer Coffee Enterprises is another one that they've got, where they've got a few more videos here. 22 subscribers. Anybody can search for that and hopefully catch that as well. A little bit of different content there. And then My Smart Jewish Lawyer is another channel for Lenny the Lawyer Live. And more information here. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos and put that in my catch-up list as well, so that I can keep caught up with that channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Bella's Whisper Farmstead is just asking, once you're monetized, do you have to maintain the watch hours? YouTube tells us that we have to, and I have heard that it's possible to be demonetized for not keeping the hours up, although I can't for the life of me remember anybody in the Tuber Chat family saying that they've been demonetized because of that. Chances are for every channel here, you're going to be bringing in a lot more watch hours today than you were a year ago, let's just say. So it's not very difficult. By the time you get to the point of monetization, it should be easy to maintain those hours. It should happen all but naturally. But it is something to think about as well. So, keeping it in mind, making sure you're watching those watch hours as months go on, and making sure you're not dipping too far below the 4,000 or 3,000 is probably a good idea. And then we've got lots of help and ideas when it comes to the idea of picking those back up. If you find yourself slipping, I would get back into swapping playlists with other creators as an idea. It's something that's of great benefit even to monetize channels, because when you trade favors, you're giving a friendship the opportunity to flourish, let's just say, and your watch hours are going to grow because your friends are going to favor you. And then as well, every creator that runs your playlist is running every video from beginning to end, which means that can bump up your averages on your channel for retention, or average percentage viewed per video, or average time viewed per video. Lisa's Fun Finds is here with 686 subscribers, working on 700. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They do a lot of live streaming. Mondays and Tuesdays are a couple of series here, StreamYard panels, and these creators are doing an auction style live stream like we talked about earlier, where they've got things on the screen that they present, anybody can buy right away. Short on the channel, just one so far, but getting close to 1,000 views and a few videos here. And Lisa's Fun Finds has been a longtime friend. I think she's been with us a couple of years as well, if I'm not mistaken. We haven't seen the life of Tiff yet, but it's coming up right now on the wheel. And this is a creator. I'm surprised. I thought I recognized the channel, but I might be mistaken. So they grabbed a membership today, so we put them on the wheel. They're just coming up now for the first time. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos. I usually look for something much longer than 3 minutes, so I'll take this 11-minute one. I'll put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as well. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then I see they actually do live streams as well. It's been a few months, but maybe they'll bring those back. Thank you again for grabbing that membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Rushing Wind Mountains coming up right now. This is another friend of about 3 years. Do I understand that what the YouTube's current rules are on AI? They keep changing the rules. So all you have to do, they've made a checkbox now in the background of our videos. And I'll look in the background and see if I can get to one easily. Pardon me, and we'll get Rushing Wind Mountain ready to go. If I go into one of our videos here, when I look down, this is the new interview series with Danielle and James from Unstable TV. They were the latest video to be put up. But what happens is, if we dig through our information here, see how you have the paid promotion? If you do an unboxing video or product review where you were given that product or paid to do the video, either or, you have to click that box to declare it, let's just say. Underneath that, we see altered content. Do any of the following describe your video? Makes a real person makes a real person appear to say or do something they didn't say or do. Alters footage of a real event or place, or generates a realistic looking scene that didn't actually occur. Basically, the idea is this: if you're using AI generated content, I would consider clicking this box, and I would think very carefully about not clicking the yes here, because you can really, if you aren't forthcoming and truthful about your content, hoping that the algorithm's not going to pick it up, you could find your channel in jeopardy. So if you're using AI, then I would just click the box. That's all YouTube's really asking for. but they do not want content where people are making other people look like they've said things that they haven't. Like, for instance, right after Kamala Harris made the announcement about running for president, there was a video that came out that showed her saying a bunch of things that apparently are not anywhere near true. And AI has gotten incredible just over the last year. It can literally seem to almost make anybody say or do anything they didn't say or do. So that's what YouTube's trying to get at. But as long as you're not doing that kind of thing, especially in a malicious way, you might be okay. Just we have to be aware of what we're doing. Yours truly, DKC. Good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then, I use my watch later list for keeping up with creators that I haven't yet met. And it's just because I put so many videos in other playlists that it helps me know where everything's going to be. So I have a special playlist for channels where I just want to keep up with them because we've seen them here during the streams. And then I have the watch later list, which everybody has. But I use mine for brand new channels, so that when I have an opportunity, I can sit there and actually watch videos and do what I need to do instead of just running them. Rushing When Mounted is up on the screen right now. This is Ruby. They come to us from the Pacific Northwest. They bring us nature and wildlife videos. Some of these seem to be almost in an ASMR type of style with pleasing audio, pleasing visuals. But a lot of wildlife on the channel as well, especially in the shorts videos. You might find some humorous moments if you dig through these. I think they've got a brand new one here that's moved into 11,000 views. They've got 12,000 and 16,000 on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. They've experimented with a lot of these both in vertical and horizontal format. We'll look forward to more of those, and those are in the same style with the pleasing audio and visuals that I was talking about. Rushing Wind Mountain is a dear friend who's been with us for long over 3 years now, and they're here for just about every single stream. So hopefully everybody will connect with them and get some of that support coming back to you also. And Susan from Australia is coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Susan from Australia is here, and they're a longtime friend also. She might have been with us for a couple of years. I'm a little bit behind in your videos. I think I shared out this shepherd's pie video, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm just going to grab the latest video that you've got, though. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up the smallest bit. Susan from Australia is going to bring pure variety, but a chance to get to know her. Shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 7,000 and well beyond 8,000 views, on the way to 9,000, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel as well. She did one a couple of months ago. We'll see if she's going to keep these up. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can also. She's got a bit of information on her about section. She wants to share some fun, crazy, fascinating, educational, strange, spooky, and random adventures. So we'd love to push her towards the 700 subscribers we know she's thinking about. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. Jamie Marie Crafts is going to come up in a moment here. And this creator picked up a gifted membership today. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting dropped a few of those. Holly's Adventure gifted a membership earlier as well, for which I'm grateful. I know everybody likes picking these up when they come out. Jamie Marie Crafts is working on 400 subscribers right now. They've been doing some Zodiac stuff. They've always got crafting on the channel. I can see I'm behind. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos, put that in my catch-up list so I can catch up a little bit. And Magically Inclined, Crochet and Crafter. And then hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I see her out supporting other creators as well when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams. Shorts now have crossed 500 views, which is great to see, and those will likely continue to grow as you post more and more. Live streams are frequent over here. I've got notifications on for a few of these. It looks like one is coming up on, is that Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. and that'll be interesting to see, and then again on Friday. And hopefully everybody will connect with Jamie Marie Crafts. And I know I say it all the time, but this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, so I'd love for you to get some of her support coming back to you. Hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat. We're obviously over time. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum, but I always promise that I'm going to add name to the wheel, and I only did it one time today, so I added one more, and then we'll spin and we'll see what's coming up next. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. KK's Travel and Educational Vlogs is up here. They're here with us just about every single day. I think I shared this video out, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to put it in my catch-up list right now. This creator is going to bring us a lot of travel and a chance to get to know the creator as well. They've actually got another channel. I'll show that to you in a second. They've gotten into 5,000 and even over 10,000 views on a couple of their shorts videos, which is great to see. I think KK's Live channel is what they've called it. They've changed their name a couple of times, but here it is, KK's Live channel. Is this not it? Maybe I'm mistaken. That's the wrong one. We should be subscribed already, if I can find it. Or maybe not. I'm not sure if KK's is still in the chat with us right now. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, it's okay. Well, if KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is in the chat, maybe they can remind me the other channel. I thought it was KK's Live channel, but it's not coming up for me easily. I don't mean to rush, but we have been on for 3 hours already, and we always want to consider our moderators as well as myself. My voice can usually only take 3 hours, and I can feel it kind of scratching up a little bit. But we're back tomorrow, late afternoon, around this time actually. So I'm not sure if that's KK's Live channel. I think it can't be the right one, but I might be mistaken. So forgive me for that. And then KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is going to come on with the other channel. Thank you, Lenny the Lawyer Live. Hopefully what I mentioned was helpful. Without putting more thought into it, I'm unsure, but my answer is always these adapters. This is where Apple built their empire, right, is on adapters for the last 30 years or 40 years or whatever it's been. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So there's KK's Live channel right there. I'm just going to put the handle in the chat for anybody. I thought we were already connected, but I must be mistaken. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of the videos over here. Let me see if I can find a longer one. I'm going to put this in my watch later list, and I'm just going to go ahead and subscribe for now. And then KK obviously is the same creator behind the Travel and Education Vlogs channel. Got some shorts over here. These have gotten into 10,000 views as well. Yeah, YouTube must have taken the subscription away because we've seen this channel before. I recognize this shorts video. And then live streams over here as well. They do frequently, so I've got notifications on for a bunch of these. I'll just quickly rifle through as many as I can, and then we'll continue on. My dear goodness. KK's Live channel's really planned, I think, almost daily streams for a long time here. Maybe even more frequently than that. And then we'll continue on to Precious Gems, who's another longtime friend that's here with us frequently. We always set notifications for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. That's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for everyone. Precious Gems is coming up right now. They're doing a lot of music and animation on their channel. I'm just going to put them in the They got a popular name as well. Whenever we have a channel with a popular name, it can be tough to find. Why are they not coming? Oh, I'm in the wrong account again. See what I mean? You saw this for yourself now. YouTube is switching the account into my brand account for no reason. I don't, for whatever reason, know why that happened. So forgive me, KK's Travel, we're probably, or KK's Live channel, we're probably already connected. This is the second time today that we've seen YouTube do this. So forgive me while I whine and complain about it, but I find it very frustrating when YouTube does things when we're not like purposely doing that ourselves. It's been happening for 2 days now. Precious Gems is up here right now. They've got a lot of video content that includes animation and music. I'm just going to take one of their latest videos. I'll put that in my catch-up list. They post every single day. They mix up the audio and visuals here. And then they've got some shorts on the channel as well. These have started to move into 10,000, even 14,000 views on these, which is great to see. Hopefully everybody will connect with Precious Gems. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And like I said, they're here with us frequently. And then, yeah, that's interesting, Wheats Art. Whenever you make a new tab, it does that. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, just for the sake of seeing it, KK's Live channel. If I type that in now that I'm in the right account, we're going to see that I'm subscribed. Right? So I just subscribed to you with an extra account by accident, but that's okay. I don't use it for anything. And then let's spin the wheel. And Jeremy D-Day's coming up. This is a creator I talked about earlier. I've known them for 5 years. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Jeremy D-Day is from Wisconsin, and this creator I've known for about 5 years, since long before TuberChat was even a thought. They're still coming by as often as they can after 700 episodes of TuberChat to support other creators. So I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my I'll put this into my catch-up list. I haven't seen anything like this before, this Chalk Fest 2024, and I'll see what they've got going on there. I'll probably watch both of these videos, actually. And then Jeremy D-Day has another channel. Over here, he does reviews, shorts, vlogs, and a little bit more. It's almost pure variety with this creator. Some of the shorts have done well, 27,000, 68,000, and then live streams as well. He's experimented with these. When we look at JD Knight 7, we see his original channel, and this creator, like I said, has been at this for at least 5 years. They're doing a lot of music reviews over here, and have been for a long time, but there's lots more variety on the channel. Some shorts videos over here as well. Pardon me, I'm trying to rush. And then 350,000, 560,000 views, which is great to see. Pardon me, on a couple of those shorts videos, and then live streams are something they've experimented with, and we'll see if they're going to pick those back up. We got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. And then My Flock is Everywhere. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. We're actually talking about your channel earlier because I shared out a video for you, and I was pointing out on the community tab how the handle can be different from the channel name. My Flock is Everywhere is quite a long name, but they've got a different handle for that, My Flock 000. Wheats Art is up on the screen right now. This is Wheat and Shaw with an art channel. Not only do they feature art on this channel, but also the tools they use to make that art. I'm just going to take their latest video, put that in my catch-up list so that I can keep caught up with them. You'll recognize this creator from the channel Wheat and Shaw as well. They're here with us frequently. And then shorts over here feature some of the art. This gives you a good example of exactly what they're doing here. 1,300, 2,900, which is great to see for views. And then when I look at Wheat and Shaw, we see the original channel from this creator, and they bring fun into everything that they do. The humor can be a little bit edgy, but they are always bringing smiles and laughter to everyone. They've got a premiere coming up today in a few hours, about 5 hours from now. They got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 4,000 and 5,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we see that Wheaton Shaw is doing these frequently, at least once a week, more often than that most of the time, if that makes sense. So yours truly, DKC, it can be tough to find a couple of the channels. Everybody here has a channel with the same name that's in the chat, of course. But we're really doing a great service for each other when we search, find, and click. The ones that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. Over time, we'll rise up the search results, and then YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for each other's channels. So I know that's easier said than done, but starting a conversation with another creator is the key to making friends over here. And then as you let somebody know, if you're looking for them and can't find them right away, they can head to your channel and they'll drop a comment for you, and then you can go into your comment section and just click on their channel, at least if you're on a computer. My Flock is everywhere, is an incredibly supportive creator. I see them out supporting others all the time. They've been a friend of at least a couple of years now, I believe. I just caught them last night for a live stream too, I think, right? Yes, they had a handful of people in there. They are live frequently, as you can see. They seem to be live almost every day, not quite, but almost. They got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 84 views, 108 views. As they post more and more, those will likely continue to climb. And then they've got videos over here. I'm just going to grab an AI music and video production here and put that into my catch-up list. That'll let me catch up with the latest thing that they've done. Thank you for the shares, by the way. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We always get to as many as we can in a 3-hour period. We're long overtime today, but we're going to be back later tomorrow afternoon. We're usually here 3 times a week, so hopefully everybody's got the notification bells on, because we mix up the days and times. Thank you to our moderators, of course. I think everybody can agree these live streams would not be what they are if it wasn't for their help. I make as many mistakes as anybody does, maybe even more, and I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for their help. So, Florida Claimers Ted is up on the screen right now, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're over 1,700 subscribers now. They collaborate a lot of the time with our dear friend Nora, the Stock Explorer. These creators bring us a lot of lottery ticket scratching, and Ted's been doing this for a long time. I got a few things in common with this creator from Florida as well. And then when we look at shorts on their channel, we see more lottery ticket scratching. These have gotten into 5,000 views almost, and then one over 26,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They always mark their live streams if it's going to be like mature content, 18 plus, just based on the topics of discussion, but they're always having fun over there. And then otherwise Ted might be lottery ticket battling with other creators as well. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. Again, forgive me for the channels we did not get to. We'll be back tomorrow, and we expect to be back on Friday again. I'm not sure if we'll get a weekday stream done this week. The weather around Toronto looks spectacular, which means I'm going to have some long work days considering it's August. And then we'll see everybody in the YouTube streets again. I think Little Lego might be live right now, and we'll see everyone again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.